Hey everyone, Swanton007 here to do my Judgment Day, my King of the Ring, and my Vengeance pay-per-view reviews. Now these are actually, from here on in, I'm going to be doing DVD reviews in time with this as well, talking about the extras and stuff on the DVDs. I'll also have pictures of the DVDs, and so on, as well as using my old original pictures. We'll start with Judgment Day 02, and it's the first time where they use the WWE name and they get rid of the F. And it starts with an IC title match between Eddie Guerrero and RVD. Eddie wins with a backslide into a pin, but the feet were on the ropes in a fast-paced match where neither competitor hit their finishes. This match shows everything that we miss these days. Many people look over how good this is because of their Raw ladder match. 2.5 stars. Next match, the Women's Championship match between Trish Stratus and Stacy Keibler. Trish was with Bubba Ray, and Stacy was with Devon. There wasn't really much to say about this. It was short, luckily. Trish did her best with working with Stacy, but Stacy still isn't much of a wrestler. It was at least somewhat entertaining. The only thing I really remember is Bubba being put through a table by Devon afterwards by Batista. 1.5 stars. Next match, the Hardy Boys versus Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. It was almost a squash, but not quite. The Hardys did have some good offense, but nowhere near enough. It was funny when the Hardys finally got their hands on Paul Heyman after they were chasing him around for the whole match. Next match, Big Show and Ric Flair versus Steve Austin. An entertaining match, but nothing special. Stone Cold was really holding well on his own at the beginning, and of course the numbers caught up with Stone Cold eventually, but he could still handle them on his own for the most part. It kind of bugs me Show was in this match, since the feud was really between Flair and Stone Cold. To some, this match holds a bit of historic purpose, since this was Stone Cold's last pay-per-view match for a while, because of him walking out on WWE. 3.25 stars. Next match, definitely the match of the night, was a hair versus hair match between Edge and Kurt Angle. This was a huge match and a huge push for Edge, as WWE tried to cement him as a main eventer, but it was really too bad he got injured later. Edge won this great match, and he really shows that he has some variable singles. He could really be a very viable singles competitor. This was Edge's greatest singles match for a while, I believe, until like 2006. I think. Don't quote me on that. And this is really a good match, and I believe that, yeah, whatever. It's a really good match. Definitely in Edge's top 10. Next match, a Hell in a Cell match between Chris Jericho and Triple H. Triple H and Jericho put on a great performance, but these two do not have very good in-ring chemistry. And for a cell match, this is poor. But apart from that, it was good. It was good booking, a well set out match that was very solid, but it just wasn't that entertaining for me. 4 stars. Now giving everyone a little break between matches was a WWE Tag Championship match between Billy and Chuck versus Rikishi and Rico. Boring match. It was really pointless. Rikishi having a feud with Billy and Chuck. And Rikishi's secret tag partner was, of course, Billy and Chuck's manager Rico. The ending to this match is pretty interesting, with Rikishi and Rico actually winning the tag titles. However, it's still not enough to make you want to watch the entire match. 3 3/4 stars. Now, the main event of the night, a WWE Undisputed Championship match between Hollywood Hulk Hogan as the champion versus the Undertaker. This one was really tough to call. I really think that the two tried to have a great match, but in the end, it was just not working out their way. The match was slow and had a good bit of botch spots, such as Taker's first chokeslam on Hogan. I was very impressed when Hogan hit that superplex on Taker. Add that with some great counters in this match, such as Taker countering the leg drop into a single leg crab, and I do believe these guys tried to have a good match. But like I said, it really wasn't working in the end. Just like 10 years ago at Survivor Series 92, Taker pulled off the win and won the title. Oh shit, I don't know what's time, guys. Overall, I gave the pay-per-view a 7.5 out of 10. And the extras on the DVD were 3 bonus interviews. I have no clue who they were. Bite This with Triple H, which had some interesting segments on it. I cannot remember them. I watched this a while ago. And a Sunday Night Heat match between William Regal and D'Lo Brown, which is really just a dud fill-in match. Yeah, so there you go. Overall pay-per-view is 7.5 out of 10. Then we're going to quickly move on to King of the Ring 2002. Before I start, I really like the layout of this DVD. It really just, like, they have this bit where you can click on King of the Ring, and it shows the last, like, 2 to 3 minutes of each match, and that was just really interesting to see that. Great layout, great little bit of extras on the DVD. But getting to the pay-per-view, it started with a King of the Ring semi-final between Chris Jericho and Rob Van Dam. RVD gets a huge prop from the crowd, as chants of RVD and ECW fill the arena. Chris Jericho plays the role as the heel to perfection. A good match that RVD wins with a 5-star frog splash. Jericho attacks RVD after the match. At this point, Jericho should be in the main event and not just the first match of the night. 3.5 stars. Then we have another King of the Ring semi-final match between Brock Lesnar and Test. This was practically the Lesnar finish, quotation marks, because Heyman's interference leading up to the F5 was used so often in 2002. Test actually had people believing those few near falls, helping the match recover after an awkward start. 2.25 stars. Now, the third match of the night, a Cruiserweight Championship match between Jamie Noble and the Hurricane. I'm shocked that they gave this match so much time, and Noble won with a powerbomb in an okay match, but it was really nothing special. 3.5 stars. Then we have Eddie Guerrero versus Ric Flair. It was a well-paced match with a mix of old school style with the modern fast-paced style. Flair began his last good run with an impressive bout against Guerrero. Eddie was supposed to face Steve Austin, but since Austin's departure, Flair picked up the dropped ball and has run with it. Flair wins after an interference from Bubba Dudley with a Bubba Bomb. This did not need the interference at all. 2.75 stars. Then we have a match between Molly Holly and I believe Trish Stratus. Molly Holly and Trish Stratus. Just let me find it. It was a basics women match with nothing too extraordinary. It was good to see the WWE make better use of their women in the recent year. 1.5 stars. Then we get a Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus Kurt Angle. Kurt won with the ankle lock in a good match, and it's the second you get to see ankle bald. The second time you get to see ankle bald. Sorry. Hogan tapping was pretty shocking for the time. The Hogan Miracle comeback formula was wasted on Kurt. 3 stars. Then we have a King of the Ring final match. And the winner gets a shot at the Undisputed Championship at SummerSlam, as we all know who wins this match and goes on to win it, is Brock Lesnar. This was just a squash to put Lesnar over as the new big thing. Van Dam barely even got his usual spots. He did have a decent strategy early on, though. 1 3/4 stars. And we had the main event of the night, which I really can't say much about because it sucked balls. And that was Undertaker versus Triple H in an Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship or WWE Championship match. This started out sucking and almost sort of kind of threatened to get interesting before the booking kicked in. Not surprising, the only points of interest involved were The Rock. 2 stars for the main event of the night. Overall, I gave the pay-per-view a 7 out of 10, and the extras on the DVD had the King of the Ring promos, which are really they were funny, they were okay, they nothing much. A little bit behind the scenes, which was interesting. Then they showed interviews with Kurt Angle they had a couple guys talking about their King of the Ring time. Kurt Angle was interesting. Test was a little bit boring. So was Jamie Noble with Nydia. And then they spoke to Brock Lesnar, which was interesting, but Brock really didn't talk. So there you go, guys. I don't have enough time for my Vengeance 02 review, so I'm going to do that with my SummerSlam one. So guys, I'm on Swanton. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Thank you.